What's happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with nicest, and I am about a week and a half out from my competition. I am pretty excited about this. Training has gone really well. My diet is going really well. I'm just a little bit over 240 pounds. But after talking to my coaches and my sponsors and some of my loved ones, I have actually decided to do heavyweight for this competition. It will be my heavyweight debut. It's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to be giving up a ton of weight to other competitors, but it's all about the experience. And at this point in my career, I'm just trying to have fun and just meet some cool people and have a good time. So I am going to compete as a heavyweight, even though I am still cutting down to right around 240, because I feel like that is where I have the best mix of strength plus endurance. But I will not be doing the dehydration and the water cut like normal. So it's going to be interesting to see how that changes my performance compared to my other competitions where I did have to dehydrate. So that's coming up in about a week and a half. But for today's video, it's going to be a little bit different of a format. So if you guys have been watching the channel for any amount of time, you guys will know Zabi. Zabi is one of our Adaptive Strongman competitors, and he is missing part of his arm. Now, you guys have seen him in a lot of other videos doing some absolutely amazing stuff. I know a lot of you saw him in the Rise video. Just about every single video, whenever he shows up, people are always asking about him because he is one of the most positive, amazing individuals I've ever met in my life. He is super inspirational. So we just sat down, we talked about lifting, life, his future, what his past was like. We just had a little bit of conversation, and this is something that I'm going to be trying to do to share some of the exceptional athletes that are also part of my gym with you guys, and I figured there's no better place to start than with Zabi, who makes zero excuses. So without any further ado, here's a conversation with Zabi. All right, you good?
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Brian Alsruhe with nicest, and I'm here with a special guest, Zabi. So you guys have seen Zabi in a lot of my videos. He is an awesome guy. So the way that I met Zabi is one day, this guy Ryan emailed me and was like, hey, myself and a couple of my friends want to come to your gym and do an open gym on a Saturday morning. And I'm like, yeah, man, come on up. That'd be a great time. And then when they walked through the door, Ryan walked through the door and Zabi walked through the door. And when I went to shake Zabi's hand, I realized Zabi was missing some parts, right? So my brain turned around. I was like, guys, go get warmed up. And my brain was just shuffling. I was going, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, how am I gonna adapt this? What's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen here? I don't know what to do. And then I turned around and Zabi is doing pull-ups. And quickly, all my fears were gone. I was like, this dude is awesome. He's gonna be great. And it turns out that Zabi is one of the coolest people I have met since opening the gym. So I just want to introduce him to you guys. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of athlete profiles and just show you guys some of the people from my gym that have extraordinary stories. So without further ado, here is Zabi. So Zabi, thanks so much for doing it, man. I want you to tell the people a little bit about, you know, your life, what's been going on to your current training, how you got involved, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, guys? I want to thank Brian for this opportunity. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
So a little bit about me is I was born without the side of my left arm, and it was tough growing up because I was different, obviously, to other kids, and they didn't know how to channel that. A lot of kids used to make fun of me and tell me pretty mean stuff. And growing up, that was tough for me to take. So I grew up kind of depressed. And so as a teenager, it was a challenge always for me because I was lucky to have great friends. They were playing soccer, they were doing all this cool stuff, they were surfing. And it was tough for me because I just couldn't do it, or in my head I couldn't do that kind of stuff, and I always struggle with knowing what am I good at, what can I do. So since I couldn't find anything that I was good at, I grew up depressed. I was chubby, I used to eat terribly, I was just drawn on a hole. I was in a hole deep down, and it was just a sad life that I was living. But I remember one day looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, is this the best that there is? So I changed my perspective, and then I remember how I got myself into training was I used to drink like 4 cans of Coca-Cola a day.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And a friend of mine, they used to make fun of me, and they were like, I bet you cannot spend a summer without drinking Coca-Cola. I'm like, I'll do it. So I stopped drinking sodas, and I wanted to go above what our bet was. So I started running, I started playing soccer, I started eating healthy, and that's how it all started.
And now you're getting ready for your first strongman competition.
Yeah, and now it all changed because I wanted to look good, and that was nice. But I realized that once I lost weight, once I got more like kind of ripped, people started treating me differently, and that I didn't like that. So it all changed when I came to the States. I met people like Ryan. He brought me here, and watching you guys train. There's way more of like how you look in training. I started wanting to become strong.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like coming here, seeing people like get it, achieve amazing stuff with such a great mindset. It all changed, and now I'm getting ready to do my first strongman competition. I'm so excited.
And make no mistake about it, Zabi is super strong. So how much do you weigh?
I am 164.
And at 164, you're deadlifting over 3 with one arm. What's your squat?
I'm on the more than like 220s, 240s. I don't know.
240s. Your yoke is at like 450.
490.
490. Come on, man. Like, and he's doing all these things with this. Now, when I say he's doing a strongman competition, we have a couple other adaptive strongmen here at the gym, but they compete in the adaptive class. Zabi jumped right into the open class. So for all of you who are afraid of doing a competition because you don't know how you're gonna do or whatever, my man here signed up for the open class in the 175-pound division, right? 175?
Yeah.
And in the 175-pound division, going against everyone who has 2 arms. And you are doing an amazing job, dude. I am so proud. Now that kind of leads me into my second question. Like, you are such a positive person. Like, I have never seen you feel sorry for yourself. I've never seen you treat yourself like a victim. You're always happy. You're always positive. You're always giving 100%. Was there any point in your life, I know you mentioned that mirror story. Yeah. Is there a point that like that switched and you were like, screw that other stuff. I'm gonna be different.
You know, my life was very sad, very simple. Like I was home, just whatever, watching TV, eating terribly. And at that point, like I talk about the mirror story because I was like, there has to be more. This cannot be my whole life. So I see like optimistic is like such a hippie word. Like, oh yeah, like it's not about being happy to me. I want to be like practical optimistic. We are made for greatness. I also
Absolutely.
believe that. And for me, being optimistic is being practical about knowing that there's more, that there's greatness in everyone, and knowing that there's greatness in me. So look, we have enough to be great, and we have enough to fail. What are you gonna take? You know?
Yeah.
So in the end of the day, even if it's 10% of as bad as the situation may look, even if it's 10% I want to hold to that to get me to. Because step by step, I want to get to that point where it's like, I did something today to want to be the best person, Xabi, that there is.
That's awesome.
And through that, like even if it benefits me, like it's benefiting the community around me too, and I'm so like humbled by that too. You know, like I know that I choose to be practical, optimistic because I want to take steps to be the best person that I could be. To help the people, the community around me.
That's awesome. Zabi is a massive inspiration to so many people at our gym. He's a massive inspiration to me. I know so many of you have commented about, dude, when's Zabi come back? I want to see Zabi. They don't want to see me, man. They want to see you. So I am absolutely blown away. If you guys want to see some of Zabi in action, the last video that I made called Rise, it has a lot of Zabi doing insane things that literally, it blows your mind seeing this dude do stuff. The very first day that we were, that he came in and did strongman, he went up to a log cleaner press, and this is in one of my videos from a while back, and people were doing log cleaner press, and Zabi's like, hey man, can I try that? And I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go, right? Because the log cleaner press is highly intensive on your grip, and getting the log from the ground up here takes a lot, right? And so my brain, my stupid little feeble puppy brain is going, I don't know. And then Zabi walks up to the log, cleans it up, presses above his head, and I was like, I quit, I'm done. I've seen what I needed to see in life, that's awesome. So with all that in mind, you're inspiring so many people. What advice would you give your own 10-year-old self, or 10-year-olds, any young person who's watching this who has going through hard times like you are? We all went through middle school. It wasn't easy, especially wasn't easy for you. So what advice would you give, man?
I think, and even if this may not look as like that it's related to training, what I would tell my 10-year-old, like the 10-year-old kid, is that forgiveness was the way to be free. And by that I mean, like a lot of people were being mean to me. And forgiving them even if they didn't ask for it actually helped me, because all the diminishing adjectives that they were telling me were like out. Like, okay, you can tell me whatever you want, I forgive you. But I choose not to believe that, because I know that you don't mean that, or like that I could, like, I know what you're telling me.
Right.
I know for a fact, because look, all that you tell me, all that you guys are telling me are not gonna let me live, achieve my full potential. So I forgive you. I know you don't mean it now. That's okay. And by that, I see that growing up now, a lot of people in my town, a lot of kids that were mean to me, they come up to me and they're like, they admire me, or they somehow like forgot the past too, you know?
Yeah.
So I wish that I learned this earlier, because I let those words draw me down.
Yeah.
And that way I was stopping the growth that I could have had earlier. So I would say that, hey, forgive, because not only will benefit others, but it mostly benefit you.
Absolutely. And no one can hurt you if you choose to not let them hurt you.
That's true.
If someone calls you stupid, you are not stupid until you believe that. So that is massive. What advice would you give to people? Like I said, I've never seen you one time ever say, I can't do that because of this, or I can't, like, you never act like the victim ever. But there's a lot of people who are out there going, well, I don't have a good enough gym, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, or I don't have good genetics, or whatever the case may be. Do you have any advice for those people? Because those people make me so angry.
Yeah.
When I see guys like you getting it done, and those people are just whining and complaining, it drives me nuts.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes me angry, but it makes me like feel.
You're a better man than I, Zabi.
No, but like it's like, you have so much more. You just stop saying that you have like work on your way. Yeah, I understand that, but like when we put ourselves as victims, we are comparing ourselves to others. Oh yeah, but like I have work, you have this, so you can do it. Look, like going through on that road it's a dangerous road, because there's always gonna be someone who has less than you, who's gonna get it done. And not because I don't have more time, I have the same time as you do. We have all similar situations. It's not less. Don't put yourselves as victims, because there's always gonna be someone who has less, who's getting it done. It's not that like people who work out have more time. No, if I have to wake up on a Saturday at 5:30 a.m. to come to Neversade to train with Brian and the community, I'm gonna get up early. Not that I don't have anything to do. It's just that I choose to make time, because there's people with less who are getting it done, like you said, and when you actually see it, like, I'm like, and it's not that like when you mentioned that when I came here, you were like, how am I gonna adapt him? Like the same things are going through my mind. You know, it's not that I'm like, it's the same fears are going through my mind. But if I choose to put myself as victims, I wouldn't do a pull-up, or I wouldn't have decided to do my first strongman competition. Is when you stop comparing yourself and focusing on all the bad stuff that's going in your life, and focus on the, like, whatever, it's 5%, 1%, there's good, and focus on that, because that is what's gonna take you to another level in life. Not only in working out, at work, at school, in relationships. Stop comparing yourself and putting yourself underneath everyone else, because you don't know what's going on in their lives. So don't compare yourself. We are all in this together. Yeah. We all have troubles. We all have issues. We all have work. We all have, I don't know, like physical barriers. But hey, don't put yourself underneath other people, because you don't know what's going on in their lives, and
those things don't define you.
No,
Absolutely not. A candle in a completely dark room, like he said, 1%. If there's 1% positive things going on in your life, that's what you need to see. If there's one candle in a football stadium that is completely pitch black, you're going to see that one candle. You know what I mean? That's where your focus needs to be.
Yeah.
Last question for Zabi. We're gonna keep this a little bit shorter. I actually stole this from Tim Ferriss, so Tim, I apologize. But if you could have a billboard on the busiest street in the world, what would your billboard say?
I don't want to sound cliche, but I will put, "You can do it."
Right.
Not your cousin, not your friend's friend. No, don't wait for anyone else to do it for you. You could do it. You have been given enough, even if it doesn't look like much. Again, going to the 5, 10%, 1%, you have given enough to succeed in life. And also you're given much not to succeed, so what are you going to focus on? You could do it. Don't wait for anyone else. Go take a step now, because when people say, like, yeah, tomorrow will be better, like, tomorrow won't be better if you don't take a step today to make it better. So you could do it, and go, wake up and do it.
That is profound. I love it. Zabi, thank you so much. Guys, Zabi has his own YouTube channel. You want to shout that out?
Yeah, it's my name and my last name. It's pronounced Xabi Osa, Xabi Osa. And you'll find stories. You'll find Brian's story, which is amazing. It's super inspirational. And some workout stuff for the adaptive people. Yeah.
Dude, they are awesome. You guys should definitely go check out his channel. Go subscribe. What's your Instagram?
It's Xabi Osa too. Xabi Osa. You guys can follow my journey there too. I post workout stuff, and again, like, stories from amazing people that are getting it done too.
And I will leave all those links down below, guys. I thank you guys so much for watching. Zabi, I thank you. Give me some love, man. Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for listening. With people like this around, there's absolutely no reason why you can't do whatever in the heck you want to do with your life. I will see you guys later in the week, but until then, go out, do something amazing with your lives, keep working hard, be nice to each other, and we'll see you then.